Okay, so in this video we're going to rewrite this following equation in graphing form to identify its vertex by completing the square. And be aware that this is a bit of a challenge one because there's some fractions involved. And also the value of a is not 1, so we're going to have to factor out the 2. First step, like I reviewed in class, you add the constant, you move it over, so we have y plus 12 equals 2x squared minus 5x. I'm going to factor out the 2. So on the right hand side we have 2 times x squared. And factoring out the same thing also as dividing. So you're basically taking out a 2 from -5 is same as dividing -5 by 2. So then -5 divided by 2, we're going to write it as -5 over 2x. And you can check. If you distribute, 2 times -5 over 2 will equal to -5. Okay. So then once you have factored it out, we need to leave some room because we want to create it a perfect square trinomial. We need to have 3 terms in there. Equals y plus 12. Now from there, we need to find that third term, and we find that by doing half of b squared, right? In this case, the b value is this entire fraction of -5 over 2. So we're going to have to take half of that and square it. Nothing challenging about this. Let's follow the steps. So -5 over 2 divided by 2, in translation, it's -5 over 2 divided by 2, right? You're just taking half of -5 over 2. And the rule of fraction division is that you keep the first fraction the same, you change it to multiplication, and you take the second fraction and flip it upside down. So it becomes 1 over 2. And if you multiply that all, that becomes -5 over 4. That's b over 2. Okay? So then if we take b over 2, which now is -5 over 4, we're going to have to square it. Okay, so then we add -5 over 4 squared to both sides of the equations. But wait a minute, we have a 2 factored out, right? So then on the right hand side, it's actually going to be 2 times the -5 over 4 squared. Okay, that's the key that you have to remember. Whatever you add, you got to multiply by the number factored out on the other side. So let's put this all nicely together. So now I have y plus 12. Okay, -5 over 4 squared, that's equal to 25 over 16. So this is now 2 times 25 over 16 equals 2 times x squared minus 5 over 2x plus, I'm going to rewrite that as 25 over 16. And then let's simplify it all out. So this is now y plus 12 plus 2 times 25 is 50. So this is actually 50 over 16. But you can simplify that by dividing by 2. So this can become 25 over 8. Okay, equals, now it's going to be 2 times, this is a perfect square trinomial. So it's going to be always x. And then whatever you put it for the rest of them, you always take half of that b value. And we learned that half of -5 over 2 is equal to -5 over 4. So this is -5 over 4 squared. And you can check again, -5 over 2 divided by 2 is equal to -5 over 4. Okay, so then now let's add the whole number in the fraction. Multiply this by 8. Okay, numerator, denominator. So now I got y plus 96 over 8 plus 25 over 8 on the left-hand side. Just copy the right-hand side down. Combine them together. This is going to be 121 over 8 And I just have to move that over. So now graphing form is going to be this. And we're done. The vertex is going to be positive h 5 over 4. So 5 over 4, comma, negative 121 over 8. The steps of completing a square did not change. However, it's a little bit more challenging because there are fractions involved and we're trying to do this without a calculator. Okay?